Good morning, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station in Denver, Colorado, where it is 12 degrees Celsius. And as you can see, rather lovely out there. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? I think it's lovely. I'm having a small amount of a reaction to the trees. They are treesing me. Trees. All right. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some tunes. And I am checking everything here before we go. Close that. I'm going to save this. Don't know if I need to necessarily close it, but we should at least open the comic. So what we're going to do next. All right. Switch over. There we go. And now we're going to start working on chopping this up. Chopping the broccoli. Chopping the broccoli. Chopping the broccoli. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this entire thing temporarily. So I've got to remember not to save this. There we go. We flattened it temporarily. And then we're going to make it into a fold of pages. The stop here is good morning, Ron. It's been a very restful break. I've had a 2-week break, and I'm still in the middle of week 2, which, kind of the world came, to a conclusion with my first semester coming to a close. I think actually I will be at the comic club on Saturday in theory. So I should be joining you and we can discuss Silver Pentacle 3, which is a project we are going to do this summer. So I want to make sure that I've got all the things I need squared away before we go. I'll let you know if I, for some reason, can't make it on Saturday, but I should be able to make it on Saturday. I'm going to look real quickly at my calendar and make double sure. How are you doing? How's the world treating you? Yeah. Yep, so I should be able to make the June 1st Fort Collins Comic Club. I should be able to do that just fine. I work all week, but I don't work over the I don't work over that weekend for once. So I may actually be able to make June, July's, and August's comic club, which should be good because that'll give you some, you know, progress reports that seem to be fit really well. So good morning, Brent. Good to see you both. Good to see you both. So yeah, that should be where we are. We should be able to do that. So, all right. But for today, I'm going to be trying to get issue 2 and 3 on a large format so that I can give it to beta readers to check it one more time before we go into this. Because this is the other thing we're going to be doing all summer long, is these comics. But I'm going to be doing 2 and 3 together as a team. So I think what I want to do is make a new page. You can beta read if you want and double check. What I'm really looking for, though, is not to say that you can't do it. You certainly can. But the beta read is going to be a check to see whether it flows, whether we've got story flow or not. So that's what we're looking for here. Mirror. They are very small. And it's kind of one of the things that I'm having a problem with. I feel like this doesn't have a lot of impact. I'm not sure why I feel that way, but I do. I feel like there's an impact problem. And so I want to look at it in a large sort of layout format too. So I'm not feeling the flow very well here. So what I'm going to do is go through and just check it to see what it's got. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, it feels okay. I mean, I don't think it's a bad story. I just don't know if it's that engaging. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of, like, I feel like I could do better. That doesn't even make sense because obviously, but you get the idea. It's not a matter of, I don't feel like I did good enough. I just feel like the story isn't quite what it should be. So I'm wondering if maybe I can't take this and look at every one of them in their own way and kind of pull it apart, take a look at it, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, sort of go, well, maybe if I move this to here or move this to here, it'll feel like it's got more oomph, And especially since I intend to take 2 and 3 and make them as one unit. So it'll be a 60-page, 64-page unit that we can just then kind of break down and look at it as a whole and see if it's got 4 solid parts to it. And that's kind of what I'm looking for here, is 4 good, solid pieces to the story that feel like they all match. And maybe that's part of it, is I'm feeling kind of like they don't necessarily all match. which I think if I were to print this out or whatever, I can say, hey, let's look at this, let's look at this, let's look at this. And this is part of this is because I did this out of order. I got all gung ho about issue 1 and didn't write this as one complete story, and I really should have. And so it became one of those things where really I should have done this all at once, because issue 1 didn't end up with a breakdown. And that's part of the problem. I mean, it really should have had a breakdown, like a, go through and we're going to break the story sort of breakdown. We didn't have that with issue 1 because I was in a hurry to kind of get it done so I could have something out there that would be comic. Well, we've got time now. If I don't get this out by the end of summer, that's fine. It'll still be there whenever we get back into the next break or the next break or the next break. Whenever it gets done. And I'm not in any hurry now to make money off of this or become successful at it. There's no urgency like there used to be. So it doesn't mean that we won't do our best to do this as fast as possible, but I'm no longer in this mad rush scramble. Okay, don't save this. There we go. I just flattened all of that book or that entire thing, so. Woo, look at us making it think its way through this one. Good. Good luck. Little PC. Hopefully you'll make it through here. If you're wondering what I just did, I just selected every one of those pages all at once and told it to increase the size of each and every one of those to full page. And now it's going, my head. And now we have to think. Yeah, and I am doing episode 2 as a unit, which means that we don't have to do this step at all. So that's the best part. Episode 2 has 3 distinct acts, and each one of those acts is a issue. And so because of that, Act 2 is going to go, or episode 2 will go so much faster because we don't have to go through all of this. This is just, oops, I shouldn't have done it this way, Which is fine. All right, we're just sorting them out. Just found out that the Red Lobsters are all going under, which is really sad. Red Lobster is one of those places that as a kid we always went to because it was in Colorado you don't get a lot of seafood, so that was a sign of we did something good. It was a very special occasion because Colorado is not known for seafood. Naturally, that makes some sense. And so it's, sort of a thing. No. So I'm sad to watch it go away. Yeah, that's about all we get. And them Rocky Mountain oysters, which every Coloradan knows better than to eat. But every Coloradan also tries to serve it to their friends because we're all sadists or something. Issue 2, 1, 2. Except that it's not, is it? And you know what? We'll just go all the way back to the back. Because here is where I know this is 1516. And that makes this 15. Nope. Man, I'm having a hard time today, aren't I? Good job. Stay away from them. All right. Now we'll do the same thing, except we will go into issue 3. Okay. Why are there no text pieces here at all? Hey, Lyra. I'm a manga style artist myself, but I like all forms of art. What kind of art styles do you like? I'm sitting here like, why did I do this to myself? Is there another version of this? Maybe there's another version of this. And that's part of the reason we're having a problem. Well, this is more recent. Yeah, but it's still incomplete. This was September of last year on this one. Yeah, I know. I've got a lot of versions of issue 3, which is part of the problem. I want to wrap up the issue. But I think I moved things around here. And that's part of the reason why I have a Discord. I'll set you on my Discord if you want. I have an Instagram page. It's the same thing as all of the other things here. You can see up in this corner right here. That's my Instagram at @GSDavisArt. Discord's also the same, but I think I have to give you an invite to that. But that's where we usually will share our artwork with one another. We have an art share page there. I have to load. Oh, there's apparently updates for Discord. Are we shocked? Is anyone actually shocked? Nobody's actually shocked. There's an update. All right, let's get you on to the Discord page. Or there we go. You're also an artist. I love artists. That may or may not be the right thing. Let me try a different version because that didn't work. That's not what we want. We want to create the invite, which is this button. That's what we wanted. Let's try the invite. That's probably safer. There we go. I'm glad to have you join me. If you've got work to do, that's what usually my stream is about. My stream is all about working together to get our tasks done. So sometimes you probably experience this a lot. You need to get work done, but it's daunting and difficult, and so you kind of put it off. And that's why I do what I do here. We are trying to make it so that we can all work together. You can work while I'm working if you want, and we'll work together. So why a cat this time? Oh, okay. I can make a Sailor Moon joke. Yay! Because Max has shown up as a cat. And so Alex can make some snide comment about how she feels like Sailor Moon now. It's an important thing to make a Sailor Moon joke. Like a wisecrack about Sailor Moon. I also like this one here. The idea that he materializes next to her while she's riding on the motorcycle, and she's like, "Ah, good to see you, Max." Max says something, and she's like, "You are kind of floating in midair," because he's a hologram. So he just floats in as a sitting cat sitting next to her, and she's like going down the road on her motorcycle. All right. I need to check my math. Set our heading 1835 degrees up angle, make my speed 0.2 and throw the ball. Nice. If you have artwork you want to share, you can share it in the duck pond, or you can share it. There's a spot for artwork in there as well. You can share it there. Either one of those works. And feel like I should pull up my mathematics information to double check to make sure we're doing our math right. Because I never know whether I'm doing my math correctly or not. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. We'll see. Chicken, going down here and oh yeah, yes, it makes some sense. I'm just looking for, there we are. I'm like, I have to have this somewhere. I do. Okay, 0.2 in kilometers is 744,674. So light years per day is 0.007. At this speed, we don't have to worry about it too much. Oh, that's not in space speed. No, it is in space speed. Is it? Where am I going? That's not in space. This is normal space. So I'm glad I checked this, because 0.25C is going to eat through a budget, and they're going to have to run to the MT line. Okay, looking through here. I'm glad I checked this, because I used the wrong technology. They're not running in space. They're running on the donkey drive. So since they're on the donkey drive, she's setting a speed. And since Moment is a G-class star, it's in the same place and location as Earth, which means that from Earth, if she sets 0.25, She'll be there in 0.5. If the MT line is at 6.65. See, the problem is I'm having a hard time reading my own mathematics. I don't even need help here. I can't read my own mathematics. It's also known as the translation point, or point 1. But they're not going to push. They're going to be on donkey drive. So I'm going to say she's going to pull at 0.25C. That's what she should be pulling. I don't know why I wrote it differently, because I'm crazy. That's why. She should be 25% the speed of light. So this should be 0.25. And then put C at 25C. There we go. And I know my maths aren't mathing. Man. All right. So the MT line, time to the MT line from the star at speeds. 0.25 is 6.65 hours. But they're on this side. Yeah, there we go. So they're on this side of the star. So it should be 4, and it'll be fine. 4 fits. 4 fits enough that it's not going to be a problem, because we'll have to just kind of you don't know where moment is in the orbit of. And they're plotting an intercept, so although they are headed 183, 183 puts them straight down this way. That's away from the bow shock of the star. So if this is 0, they're planning 183 just off 180 degrees down angle, and then 3 up, which just could mean that all that really means is that moment is here on this side of the star, which is fine. It's summertime in moment or something. Just making sure that I'm thinking it through properly before I set these numbers down. But let's talk about the other thing that's in my I have discovered stuff land, and that's this guy. All right. Because if you are trying to approach moment correctly, you don't want to be coming in from 180. That's the back of the gravity shell, and it's in the gravity coma. And I don't know if I want to be there. You should be in the alignment corridor at 0. So if we're in the alignment corridor at 0, tactically, her best move would be to place, if she's coming in for a tactical maneuver, would be to place kitty wake here, so that as the destroyers enter into the corridor, they have to exit out right there. And then she'll be behind them, coming out of the corridor. Tactically, it's probably a better move. And, I mean, that is the one thing that Lee has on her side, is that she is tactically sharp. And she's probably going to hope that once they drop out of in space into the, because I mean, here is the MT line right around this side of the star, right? So they're going to drop. We've got a specific point where we know that the ships are going to drop out. So if this is 0 degrees in the bow angle, then her best bet would be down, going down, and to the right to flank them when they come out, because this is a tactical maneuver. So she should be setting 010 or 020 at tops, but a pretty steep down angle. So she'd be setting 015. Yeah, down. See, now you're just going the wrong way. To the right, bro. To the right. Everybody knows it's to the right. Anyway, and that happened. That was a thing that occurred. Back into the left. So right now, my destroyers, if they're coming in correctly from the entry point, they're going to enter in here, and she's headed this way. I don't know what she's thinking, but that's 180. So probably not the hottest maneuver on her part. But a 0-0 intercept would be here. And she's not going to do a 0-0 intercept. So, because that's tactically stupid. So she's going to go 015, down angle probably 10 degrees. So I'm glad I checked that one too, because she's setting the wrong heading. I'm just saying. And she's going up. I just said random crap, didn't I? Like, I totally didn't check this. Set her heading for 015. And let's go 10 degrees. Down angle. Make my speed 0.25 and throw the ball. Hey, Warlord. Uh-oh. There's still sea people. That's all right. I can accept that. I mean, I'm going to go for a while here and just kind of grumble about it, but I can accept that they're just sea people. And that's actually okay. Just sounds like a someday. So what'll happen here is that someday in your life, they will discover what the name of the sea people are, and you will be like, oh man, Guy would have loved it. Or you'd be like, I've got to tell Guy, depending on when it is. That's funny. All right. And totally acceptable. You know what? I really appreciate you trying, though. I really do. Thank you so much. That is fun. And it was a fun thing. Right? We may know, but it'll happen after, probably long after I'm gone. Which, you know, 'tis a thing. I'll probably be long gone by then. I like Poseidon's offspring, though. I mean, at least it's got more character than just sea people. Right? Like I said, I kind of like Poseidon's offspring. I like that better. That sounds cooler. You know, it's got a little bit more zing to it. Where did I stick the original plan for this thing? I didn't call it an outside. I didn't call it an exterior, did I? I mean, I guess one could call it an exterior. Gravity wells? No, it's just a gravity well. Wow. This is full of things, this entire... Oh, there we go. Why didn't... there's the gravity map object, but why do I do this to myself? That's right. I will start calling them Poseidon's offspring anyway. I just think that's a better name. Because here's exactly what we're looking at. When we're looking at this stellar map setup ring here. Although I feel like the transparency is a little bit clearer. Or not. Man, I made this hard for myself, didn't I? Did make this complicated. That's all right. We need to figure it out anyway. Right, so stellar mapping shows each one of these. Yeah, for crying out loud. Okay, we've got stellar mapping stuff up here, but I'm not sure where the stellar mapping DAS file is. Which is fine. This is the reason why we need to fix stuff. We just go in here and we fix things, and we get it all fixed, and then all is good. I'm going to just star dot. This is a DAS studio file. I've forgotten the extension for DAS Studio. It's kind of funny. I feel like this is not working like I want it to. There we go. Wow. A lot of random movies just stuck on here. No wonder I'm having space problems. It's like a million movies stuck on here. Good heavens. I'll probably move these somewhere, safe. It'd probably be better, probably be a smarter move on my part to move it somewhere safe. Hmm. Wonder. I'm noticing. Okay, OBJ's great, but not helpful. Awful lot of JPEGs on here. That's interesting. Did not expect to find AI files on here, and AI being not artificial intelligence, but rather Adobe Illustrator. Did not expect that. Found that. Did not expect it. Sometimes you find things and you're like, did not expect to find that. There's an entire comic on here. What in the world? Clip Studio files for all the comic pages. And I'm like, where are these pages? So if you're wondering, I am not actually on. Yeah, there's the CMC files for it. I am not on my comic folder. I'm out on my desktop. I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking when I did these things. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do these things to myself? Well, here are the star files in PNG format. That's why I'm like confused. What was? Well, is a thing, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought. That's not the one we're using. No. All right, says me. Where did I put it? Hey, Alfie. Alfie's only here for a second, and Alfie has to go. Doing well. I'm just searching for things on my PC and not succeeding in finding any of them. Yeah, see, that's not the... This is not the correct format. I have forgotten the face of my father. No. DUF. That's it. It's like, no, look up star.daz, and it's like, no, it's not DAZ. There we go. That's more like what I'm looking for. Yeah, right? I don't know why I'm having a problem with this. It's just weird. And that was just a weird... I couldn't think of it suddenly. And then I was like, well... Here, I'll just go to my Bellatrix Rising. All right. Oh, hey, I could load the star maps. No star maps. Sweep decks, no. You quit. I'm out. I'm out. I am looking for the DAZ file for this. Right? No star maps. I know. Did I just not make it? That would be so weird. Why would I do that to myself? Ugh. Okay. This is the... How do you make this hard for yourself? Oh, I'll show you. It's very easy. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Alone, Dad. I do this to myself all the time. Like, oh, I'm only going to use this once. I will never use this again. Mhm. And then I need to use it again. And I'm like, really? Really? All right. Come on. Catch up. Catch up. Do. Okay. No, we're not in drive safe today. We are doing something completely different. Well, we're doing something completely normal. Not opening, we're importing. Import. Saber class fighter. Nope. Although that will be fun. We will get there. It will happen. All right. I mean, it's not like this was really difficult. Clearly, I thought it was difficult. There we go. Now we can fix some of the tactics. Because this is tactically incorrect. Or at least this doesn't tell us some of the things we need to know. Like, when we're talking about this orange piece, which is this orange piece, and we are actually on the wrong one. We should be on this one. And the orange piece tells, there we go. Because this will tell us a lot more information that we need to know. When I originally built this, it was because I just discovered this cool, interesting thing about solar systems. And so I was like, oh, look, this cool, interesting thing about solar systems. And so I'm like, that's great, but it's not useful. So let's go back.